so I am got some gear on me. I'm heading up to my folks' house, heading up to Door County, and on the way, I thought I'd chat with you about my Route 66 trip and some equipment that I got for it, but specifically the Biltwell Chumps. I now have had about 3,000 miles with the Biltwell Chumps, so it's a good time to do a full review. And then maybe during or after the Route 66 ride, I'll do an extended review of it, and maybe. I say maybe because, I'm not even going to say just yet. Stick with the video till the end and you'll understand why I said maybe I'll do an extended review. So, first of all, why did I get the Biltwell Chumps? Well, many subscribers who have been here for a while know I'm going on the Route 66 trip, and I wanted to modify my Harley Iron 883 for comfort. The Biltwell Chumps were a big part of that. The shape and design of the Biltwell Chumps it's just made for comfort. Stock handlebars on the Harley Iron 883, they look great. Though I do see that being one of the major mods for a Harley Iron 883, riders change out their handlebars. But I dug the way they look. And they would probably still be on here now if I wasn't taking the Route 66 trip. But I needed more of an upright riding position if I was going to be riding, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours per day, and there's going to be days like that while I'm on my Route 66 trip. I'll start out slow, start out a couple 300 miles maybe. Planning on hanging out with D-Cycle and a few other riders that I've connected with because of the channel. I'm looking forward to that. But comfort was one of the main factors in getting the Biltwell Chumps. And the price wasn't bad. I only paid $100 for these things. Now, I could have gone on eBay and purchased something similarly shaped, for about a quarter of that price. But I wanted to get what I knew was a reputable brand. Biltwell's a pretty good company. So I was willing to pay the extra $75 or so to go with a reputable brand. This is the quickest I think I've ever gotten through the isthmus. Seriously, on a weekday morning, definitely. It took about 10 minutes. Sometimes it takes an hour. So what do I like about the Biltwell Chumps? Well, the comfort that I bought them for, that's definitely there, and that's its big selling point. They raise my arms up to a level where I feel comfortable holding them, but also it's angled. The bars are angled in such a way that puts my wrist in a straight position. Those of you with stock handlebars, go ahead and grab your handlebars after you watch this video. Note where your wrist position is. It's just kind of like in a twisted position, kind of like this. For comfort on long rides, that just doesn't work very well. Whereas the angle of the Chumps here, it makes for a really comfortable ride. And honestly, the only time you're going to be uncomfortable on long rides with the Biltwell Chumps, if you don't have grips that help deaden the vibrations, or more importantly, if you're death gripping the handlebars. Any handlebar that you're going to death grip, you're going to be uncomfortable riding. So installing the Biltwell Chumps wasn't difficult. It was just a matter of removing the controls, taking the centerpiece off here, taking the stock handlebars out, and putting the Biltwell Chumps in. The challenge was, though, while the throttle cable and all the other wiring fit with these bars, it's 8 inches higher than stock. The brake line did not. It was too short, the stock brake line was. And I have ABS on my bike, which means that Harley says you gotta go in and have their Tech 2 system bleed the brakes. So if you have ABS, it's not something that you can do yourself unless you're a Harley tech and you have the Tech 2 software. And I called Harley. I called my local dealership. And they quoted me at $420 to replace the line, go with a longer one. I thought, well, let me try it myself. The worst thing that could happen is I still have to take it in the Harley. And I wasted an afternoon trying it out. But I'm a cheap bastard. I didn't want to pay the $100 for the line that I needed. So I went on eBay and I bought the line from a Harley Sporty 72. $30. Shipping was like $4, and I kind of wanted to get on my bike sooner, so I messaged the Jeeper. That guy came up awfully close. I don't think he realized I was here. So I messaged the guy and asked him if he could ship it a faster shipping method, and he did. It would cost him an extra $1 to ship, and he said, don't even worry about the extra cost. Some great riders out there. I appreciate that, dude. I really do. But the line fit. It's probably shorter than I want it to be. So eventually I'm gonna have to suck it up and buy the line, the new line that's long enough for this bike. But it's working out right now. Installed the line myself. I was worried about not being able to bleed the brakes with the ABS, but the key is to keep as much air out of the line as possible, out of the ABS modules, and I was able to successfully do that. I had no trouble bleeding the line. In fact, I've got a video talking about it. I'll go ahead and link it in the upper right corner, and also I'll have a link in the description of it. Now the other thing with the Biltwell Chumps, one thing that's great about it, and is also a challenge, is how adjustable these things are. A fore and aft adjustment. You got a lot of different options here. So if you're a shorter rider, you can pull them closer to you. Or if you want a little bit more height, you can push them more towards the front of the bike. And it takes a little bit to find that sweet spot, I think. And now I've been pretty experienced with this on bicycles that I ride. Before getting into riding motorcycles, I spent a lot of time with long distance touring on bicycles. And much the same way that I'm planning for this Route 66 trip with the motorcycle, modding out the motorcycle, I did the same thing with bicycles, just planning how I'm gonna mod them out for my comfort and for what I need to take along. And I would have to mod out the handlebars on my bicycle. So the same thing goes for the Biltwell Chumps here. And it's probably took me, honestly, a good 3 months to find just the right position, how I want them. You know, I first had them angled really kind of low, more towards the seat, and then I slowly crept up higher with each test, and finally, just like about 2 weeks ago, I found the sweet spot. One thing that's really challenging with Biltwell Chumps, and Biltwell really missed it here, like they really screwed up on this one, is there's no knurling here where the bars are attached to the center clamp. And what the knurling does is allows for the center clamp to really clamp down hard on the bars so they don't slip. Most other bar manufacturers have the knurling. Even the stock bars for Harley have the knurling. And what happens while I ride is, I think I ride a bit aggressively and I pull the bars towards me as I ride. So what happens is the bars slowly slip towards me. Even though I torqued these bolts to spec. they still slip towards me. Now, Tony Cox, who's got a great channel, he used to have a Harley Iron 883 that he converted to 1250 before he bought his Softail Slim. What he suggested was put in emery paper here. It's like double-backed or double-sided sandpaper. And as much as I love Tony's channel and all his advice, it just didn't work for me. Right now, what I have to do is reposition my bars at least once a week. What happens is the bars come closer and closer, and the reason I notice this happening, because it happens slowly, is because my right mirror, when I'm not able to see out of it just by tilting my eyes towards it, or shifting my eyes towards it, that's when I know my bars have slipped down too much. So what I do is I check the torque on the bolts once a week. And also, I haven't done it yet, but what I'm going to do is on the underside here, I'm going to go ahead and put a line on the clamp, like just like a scratch line, and then a scratch line on the bars themselves. That way I'll know exactly the position that I need my bars to be in. Just like a small scratch line, so I can, once they do slip, I can pair it back up easily. John Maxwell, who also has a really great channel, and those of you watching this video right now, highly likely that you already know who John Maxwell is. If you don't, I got a link below and a link up above. This Tacoma is rocking. A little bit antsy. Don't blame him. Probably headed out of town like me. But John Maxwell suggested going to Home Depot and buying one of those window screen repair kits, and then using that as like an abrasion, similar to the emery paper that I'm using. So that might work. That's my last hope with the Biltwell Chumps. We'll see if that works. But quite honestly, if the bars keep slipping like this, I'm gonna look for a different option before the Route 66 trip. I want to be able to not think about anything but the trip. Like, I know that's not realistic, but what I really do want is just to be able to ride for the most part, not worry about the bike too much. I know that's 100% not realistic, but having to worry about your bar slipping while riding, especially long distance, oh boy, it's windy today. I just want to be able to focus on having my bike set up the way I want it, not worry too much about it. So that's my review of the Biltwell Chumps. If I still stick with them during the Route 66 trip, I will probably do another review of them, but we'll see. So thanks for watching this one, everybody. While I do some interstate riding here, I'm going to close out this video while I'm doing some interstate riding here, catching some wind from this truck. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and click on that like button. If you know somebody who's considering the Biltwell Chumps or is considering some new handlebars, go ahead and share this video with them. Yet if you've seen a few of the videos on this channel and you've enjoyed them, and you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. Most importantly, ride safe out there. Keep your wheels rolling in the right direction.